Hey traders, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about something that nobody really wants to admit out loud. Something you probably won't hear from the flashy Instagram gurus with their rented Lambos. The truth is, most traders fail. I mean, really fail. Some estimates say over 95% of retail traders lose money in the long run. And look, I'm not saying this to scare you or to be negative. I'm telling you because understanding why this happens is the first step to making sure you don't end up in that statistic. So grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's have a real conversation about what's actually going on behind the charts and candlestick. When I first started trading, I thought it was going to be like a video game. You click a few buttons, watch the charts move, make some quick money, and go on vacation. Oh man, if only it were that simple. The reality is that trading isn't just about knowing when to buy or sell. It's about knowing yourself. Let's be honest, most people lose money because they're fighting battles they don't even realize they're in. Battles against their own fear, greed, impatience, and ego. When I first blew up an account, I thought it's just bad luck. The second time, markets are rigged. By the third time, I had to look in the mirror and ask, am I really prepared for this? Because you can't fix what you don't acknowledge. Let me tell you one of the biggest lies in trading. If you just find the perfect indicator, you'll never lose again. I fell for this hard. I downloaded every system you can imagine, MACD, RSI, Bollinger Bands, you name it. I spent hundreds of hours thinking, I just need to find the magic combination. But here's the kicker. Even the best strategy in the world will fail you if you can't control your emotions. I still remember this one trade. I had a setup I'd backtested 100 times. Everything lined up perfectly. But when price started to go against me, I panicked. I closed early, took a small loss, then watched it hit my original target a few minutes later. I just had to laugh at myself. And that's when it clicked. It's not just about the strategy. It's about whether you have the discipline to actually follow it. Let's talk about your mind for a second, because this is where the real war is happening. Most traders lose because they're emotionally attached to every pip. When you put real money on the line, all your insecurities, fears, and biases come flooding in. You start second-guessing your plan. You move your stop loss because you hope it'll turn around. You over-leverage because you need to make back that last loss. Sound familiar? I've been there, more times than I'd like to admit. The traders who survive, those 5%, they've learned to separate their emotions from their decisions. They treat trading like a business, not a casino. I promise you, if you don't work on your mindset, no amount of technical analysis will save you. I still remember one Friday afternoon. I'd taken a few losses in a row, and I thought, you know what? I'm not ending the week like this. Famous last words. I opened a massive position to win it all back. You can guess how that turned out. Within an hour, my account was down more than all my earlier losses combined. That's revenge trading. It's emotional, it's irrational, and it's a sure way to join the 95%. Overtrading is just as dangerous. When you feel you have to be in the market every second, you start taking low-quality setups and ignoring your risk rules. The solution? Have a plan. Stick to it. And if you feel yourself getting emotional, step away. Literally. Walk away from the screen. Risk management isn't sexy, but it's everything. The fastest way to blow up an account is risking too much on a single trade. In my early days, I thought, if I just go big, I'll get rich faster. I learned the hard way that risk is like fire. It can cook your dinner, or it can burn your house down. These days, I never risk more than 1 to 2% of my account per trade. Ever. Because here's the truth. Even if you have a 50% win rate, solid risk management keeps you in the game long enough to grow. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, wow, this sounds like a lot. You're right. Trading is hard, but it's also one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. When you get it right, When you have a plan, control your emotions, and respect your risk, something amazing happens. You start to see trading for what it really is, a journey of self-mastery. If you stick with it, if you learn from your losses instead of running from them, you will grow. So don't quit. Just learn, adapt, and keep showing up. If any of this resonated with you, if you've been through some of these mistakes yourself, leave me a comment down below. I read every single one, and I'd love to hear your story. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button. We're building a real community here at SmartStatFX. No hype, no BS. Just honest conversations about what it really takes to succeed in Forex. Until next time, trade smart, stay patient, and remember, you are not alone on this journey. You know, before we wrap up today, I just want to say this one more time, because it took me years to understand it myself. Trading will test every part of you. It will humble you. It will frustrate you. But it will also teach you more about discipline, patience, and self-awareness than almost anything else. Trading is the same. Every mistake, every loss, every little victory is shaping you into someone more capable, more resilient, and more skilled. And if you ever feel like you're alone in this, please remember, you're not. Everyone who's been in this game has been through those same late nights, those same doubts, those same moments when you just want to shut your laptop and walk away. Trust me, I've had plenty of those days, and I probably still will. But if you can find a way to see every challenge as feedback, not as a personal attack, you will grow faster than you can imagine. Let's talk about why it's worth sticking around. Because you might be wondering, why would anyone put themselves through all this stress and uncertainty? Here's my honest answer. Trading has a freedom to it that almost nothing else does. You don't have to answer to a boss. You don't have to sit in traffic for an hour every morning. Your success isn't capped by somebody else's decision about what you're worth. Yes, there's risk. Yes, there's uncertainty. But there's also the possibility to build something that's truly yours. That sense of ownership, that feeling that your hard work and discipline can pay off in a real way, it's priceless. So if you're in this for the long haul, just know that it's okay to struggle. It's okay to feel frustrated. It's okay to question yourself sometimes. What matters is that you don't quit on yourself. Before you click away, I really want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, what's the hardest lesson you've learned in trading so far? Or maybe you're still working through it. That's perfectly okay. Your story matters, not just to you, but to everyone else who might be reading and realizing, wow, I'm not the only one. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss our next video. We're building a real community here on SmartStatFX, one that supports each other and shares the truth, not just the highlights. I'll leave you with this. No matter how tough the market feels today, you're always one lesson away from a breakthrough. I know that sounds cliche, but it's true. Every time you show up and learn, whether that's a new strategy, a mindset shift, or simply practicing patience, you're stacking small wins. And over time, those small wins compound. Just like in trading, consistency beats perfection. So keep going, stay curious, be kind to yourself, and never stop learning. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you more than you know. See you in the next one, and until then, trade smart and take care.